What's going on, y'all? It's your girl. Just want to drop another quick video. You know how I do. Listen, this is about to be a total mind screw. So I'm just going to give you the heads up. Next, ladies, please try to just let me get it all out and do not get triggered. Understand I mean this all in love. And just try to see yourself in this. And fellas, this might actually do wonders for you too. Okay, so you know how when you're growing up and eventually you pass adolescence and you get to the point where you're ready to leave the nest, ideally, society works like this. If you're a woman and your father is in your life, your father is your first example for what type of man, what type of king you should be seeking out to live your life with. And the same in reverse. If you are a man and your mother was in your life, ideally, she's supposed to demonstrate the type of woman you should be looking for. And that's without society having to tell you that. Off of instinct alone, you will base your female relationships off of your mother if you're a man, and in reverse if you're a woman. If you are a woman, you will base your relationships with the opposite gender off of your father. So we all know that to be true. And ideally, they say when you get married, you marry your mom or you marry your father, a representation of them. So how does this play into trauma? We talk about this from an aspect of a good father, a good mother. Have we explored the type of woman you look for if your mother was the type of mother to condescend to you, to take your voice away, to make you feel emasculated? Tell me this is not also the woman you date. Ladies, if you are a woman that was always jumping through hoops, a people pleaser, just looking for that atta girl, I'm so proud of you. Tell me you did not grow up dating a man you have to prove your worth to because you feel like you don't have value. Your self-worth has been fractured. So look at the boys you dated in high school. Look at the girls you dated in high school. Tell me these characteristics did not resemble the influence in your life, good or bad. If you had a good influence in the mother, you may have also dated that good influence. If you had a bad influence, tell me there wasn't an attraction to the same quality in girlfriends. Every individual has a positive and a negative side to them. So for example, you may have a mom that's very nurturing, but this same nurturing mother is also very passive, meaning she never uses her voice. Is it possible that as a young man, you pursued women who knew how to be nurturers, but also knew how to stay quiet? Because that was the relationship that you built with your mother. And in a negative sense, if you had a mother that constantly told you were not good enough, constantly told you what's going to happen in the future of your life, always uproot the worst of you, always condescend to you, isn't it a truth that you also date that woman? She may be a nurturer, but when she gets upset, she also turns into your mother in a negative way. So that means that it's very possible for you to date someone and they not mirror your parent entirely, but they show one aspect of them that repeats the same cycle for you. Case in point, so let's say you're a woman and you pursue a man. This man may be everything ideally that you look for in a husband, But for some reason, he still has the ability to make you feel less than your value. And that's the same quality that you had an irritation with your father, or a trauma with your father. And that's the part that doesn't sit right with you. Is it possible that you are with a woman and she's the nurturing person of your mother that you like? She's the affectionate person, maybe opposite of your mother. But when she gets upset, that vindictive nature is your mother entirely. Sometimes you do date a reflection of your parent, but the part that you're chasing is not their positive part. Even if you have other quality characteristics in the person that you chose, the part that links your current relationship with your past relationship with your parent is the most toxic part. Take some time to reflect on your relationships and really see if you can make a connection. I know it sounds a little confusing, but trust me, if you follow me, it makes a lot of sense. It's possible for you to find all new qualities, new characteristics in a different person, but who they become when they are angry still reflects that same relationship, that same dynamic that you reflected in your upbringing with your parent, your opposite gender parent. And because we don't notice and we think that it has to be them from top to bottom, we don't notice the repetitive part in our actions because we assume that it has to be them from top to bottom. How they express themselves, how they're confident, how they're what they like and what they don't like. You think all of that stuff has to be identical, but in reality, it does not. You could have found a person that's completely opposite your opposite gender parent, but who they become when they're in the worst part of themselves is very much your opposite gender parent. And that's where the link is. And we assume because all of the traits that we went after to marry them, to be with them, to build a relationship with them is based off of the goodness of them. Whether it's a positive link or a negative link, it's a reason why you chose them. And some of you have chosen people based off of the negative trait. And if you are still in that place, there's still much more for you to heal. So make the connection, look back in your life and see if you're still repeating that behavior. Because you definitely don't want to make the most toxic part of your father, the most toxic part of your mother, the person that you decide to wed and have future generations with. It's time to heal. It's time to answer the hard questions. It's time to look at you. Peace.